What's going on, world? So we're back. We're ready to attack. We're ready to, well, to sucky. Okay. Anyway, this is BITI ETF unleashing the power of leverage in Bitcoin trading. So here's the thing. I love the BITI, and I could do several videos on how much I love the BITI. I could even go over what the BITI's all about to the best of my ability. Give me one moment, though. Got to pull up a few different things because I always like to at least have some sort of, what do you call it? Reference point. The video may lag a little bit, so my apologies. Here we go. Looking at a lag. Okay, so I do want to go over how the BITI works. So the goal is, the introduction of Bitcoin was this. It was so I'm reading this from an article on horizonetfs.com. So the introduction to Bitcoin, the world's first decentralized cryptocurrency in 2009, changed the financial landscape forever, blah, blah, blah. Now, we do want to know more so how this works. So this ETF is the world's first ETF to allow investors to achieve short or inverse exposure to Bitcoin. And it was launched on April 14th of 2021. On the Toronto Stock Exchange in Canada. Now, of course, it's available in other places, obviously, which is great. So it is designed, so just in short, BITI is designed to provide daily investment results before fees, expenses, distributions, brokerage commissions, and other transaction costs that endeavor to correspond up to 1 times the inverse opposite of the daily performance of an index that replicates the returns generated over time through exposure to long notional investments in Bitcoin futures. The current underlying index of the BITI is the Horizon's Bitcoin Front Month Rolling Futures Index, excess return, the underlying index, blah, blah, blah. It is important to note that BITI does not seek to achieve its stated investment objective over a period of time greater than 1 day. BITI uses derivatives to provide investors with inverse exposure to Bitcoin. Therefore, BITI does not provide inverse exposure directly to Bitcoin. It provides inverse exposure to Bitcoin futures. So it's not perfect. Let's just say it. Let's just say that right now. The underlying index is a proprietary index to assist in calculating and providing exposure to the price of Bitcoin futures. The underlying index is based on the CME, Bitcoin futures contracts traded under the ticker BTC, which are owned by the CME Group and its affiliates. BITI will typically use the price of the underlying index as determined at approximately 4 Eastern Standard Time as the reference for its investment objective. But hey, you know what? Honestly, I love the BITI, and it is one of my favorites. I will say it's at a loss at the moment, but that's a given because if Bitcoin goes up every day, BITI goes down every day. But if Bitcoin goes down every day, then the BITI goes up every day, which is really cool. I think that's a really huge advantage, and it gives me the ability to swing trade very effectively. And I got in at the best price that I possibly could get in, by the way. What's really cool is I was able to get in at I was able to buy the BITI for really low prices because I had ended up buying Bitcoin at very low prices and never sold it. So I just kind of hold on to Bitcoin even if I think it's crap. But I do like swing trading this index because I'm backed by the Bitcoin just in case I'm wrong on my hedge against it. But hey, as Bitcoin continues to go up, the BITI goes down. And that means I could buy more of the BITI at lower prices. And then when Bitcoin starts crashing to the ground as it should because it has no intrinsic value, then I am able to buy more, to sell slowly some of the shares of the BITI and then maybe buy back more shares if Bitcoin decides to go back up again. So I really believe that betting against Bitcoin is the smartest thing one can do. This is not financial advice, obviously. It's just a personal perspective. That's my perspective. And I really do believe Bitcoin at the end of the day is worthless. It's cool. I love the software, by the way. Don't get me wrong. I've always been very impressed by the whole concept of the whole cryptography thing and all that. But so I decided that I wanted to really get into the BITI. And as far as it goes, I love buying shares of it. I think it's just the smartest thing one can do. And I think when Bitcoin goes really, really high, you have to find a way to, I mean, if you already own Bitcoin, it goes high, but you don't want to sell it because you're not too sure if you're missing out on any other potential gains. Buying the BITI is kind of a way to hedge just a bit. And, I mean, look, even if you believe in Bitcoin, which I think you're a fool, by the way, if you do, having this as a hedge is not the worst thing in the world. I'm not saying you should do it, but I mean, hey, if you're long on Bitcoin and you've bought a lot of Bitcoin at early stages and you're looking for just a good way to protect yourself, then this might be a good way to protect yourself. You know, I mean, it's that's the smartest thing you could do. But yeah, I really just want to see people succeed. And do I believe that this is a good way to succeed? I'm not sure. I think if you're looking for ways to really win the money game or win the Bitcoin game, I do think that being long in the opposite direction of Bitcoin, and what I mean by that is really be short on it. To be short on Bitcoin, I think, is probably the best investment. I think it's better than the S&P 500. And, well, just because it's a volatile product, you can make a little bit of a moolah in the meantime, but it's fun. It's fun. I really do hope that Bitcoin continues to rise up higher, not for the sake of me wanting to profit off Bitcoin going up, but for the fact that I want to be able to profit off Bitcoin going down at a cheaper cost. So that gives me opportunities to buy the BITI at low prices. So hopefully I could do it. It's the goal. It's fun. Yeah, I love swing trading though. It's a very addictive process. And I can't help myself, man. I got to get down with my bad self when it comes to swing trading, but it's good shit because I get the ability to, you know, buy when the BITI's low and sell when the BITI's high, and I just use my existing Bitcoin position to back my ass up if anything goes wrong. So the risk is minimal to me. I got the Bitcoin at low prices, and at the moment I'm getting the BITI at low prices too. So it's a win-win scenario for me. People don't really see it that way, but you know, what can you do? It's a good hedge. But anyway, thank you guys for taking the time. I'm going to try to end this on just a good old conclusion. So in conclusion, what I really want to say is there's a lot going on to make it to where it does the exact inverse, right? It's doing the exact inverse of Bitcoin. So you kind of have to, it's not always perfect, by the way. But I will say that when Bitcoin comes crashing down to the ground, I think having the BITI in your portfolio, you're going to thank yourself a lot for having the BITI in your portfolio. Just saying. And then, yeah, you can just sell at a profit. And then, you know, it's one thing I love about Bitcoin so much is because it's such a big pump and dump scheme that people get in, then people eventually get out, and there's a lot of bag holders, and then those bag holders hate crypto for a while. Then the bag holders who loved crypto, then hated it, they love it again. That's a cycle of how this stuff works. It's really just gambling. It's like it is a casino. Crypto is a casino. That honestly is the most appropriate title for any video. In fact, I might make that the title of my next video. Crypto is a casino. In fact, give me a second here. Crypto is a casino. Hold on. All right. Anyway, but I really do believe that crypto currency is just a big old gambler's arena for the most part, and it's something to stay away from more than anything. At least if you're going to get into it, I think betting against is the smartest thing to do. But a lot of people disagree with me on that end, and more power to them, man. More power to them. If you believe in Bitcoin, all right. It's intrinsically worthless, but that's all right.